Hi, I'm Ellen Violette, and on this short training video, I'm going to tell you how you can get started writing an ebook and what you need to do it. So there are 5 things that you need. You've got to know your passion, your skill set, your unique selling position, your target market, and your topic. So the first thing is passion. Well, some people don't agree with me on this. They think that you really don't need passion. You can write on anything, and if you're just in it to make money and that really drives you, and finding a niche that is very lucrative is all that it takes for you, then great, go for it. I found that for me, after a while, it just doesn't do it, and I find that for a lot of my clients and authors, it doesn't do it either. So I suggest doing something that you're passionate about, especially if you want to take your ebook and then turn it into a whole business, because you're not just going to be talking about this subject, through one ebook, but through maybe years and years. So you'll want to make sure that you're passionate about it. Now, once you know that you've got the passion, you've got to have the skill set, because if you're not good at something, you're not going to be able to succeed at it, because you're not going to be able to rise to the top. And let's say that you want to be a copywriter and you're so slow that you only write one sales letter a month and you get $1,500 and your nut is $3,000 a month. You're going to go in the hole and you're going to go out of business very fast. So you've got to be skilled at what it is you're trying to do. The next thing is you've got to know your unique selling position, and I'm always surprised that people don't really understand this a lot of the time. So you do not exist in a vacuum. Okay, you have to know who else is already out there and what they're already selling people. Because if you just come on the scene and you're just a clone of somebody else, it's going to be very hard for you to get clients. You need to differentiate yourself from everybody else, and you can't do that if you don't know who's out there and what they offer. So you've got to find out who your competition is and what they offer. That's first of all. And then you've got to look at your own life, your own life experiences, your education, your skill set, your personal style, your voice, your looks, how you dress, everything about you is going to make you different than everybody else. There's only one you on the planet. So you've got to figure out what that is. And because when you do your marketing, you're going to want to know what that is and talk about yourself in that way, coming from that unique selling position. And you've got to know who your target market is. Who are you trying to reach? And how do you talk to them, and what is it they're interested in learning? Those are the questions that you have to ask yourself, and you have to be able to answer if you want to be successful writing your ebooks. And then the last thing is the topic, which is related to the target market. So once you start to figure out, what it is that they want to learn, then you can figure out what your topic is. But it's not just, what the topic is. Okay, it has to be a unique perspective on the topic. So you have to have an angle, you have to have a hook, something that's different, something that's unique again, that hooks people into wanting to read your particular book. And if you look at weight loss books, it's a really good example, because there's always at least 1, 2, or 3 on the bestseller list. And a lot of times people will come to me and they'll say, well, my target market and this niche is saturated. And I'll say, no, not if you come up with a new angle. There's always room for another one. And you see that when you see how many bestsellers there are of diet books. And that's because people want to lose weight. They can't lose it. And so they keep looking for the diet that's going to work for them. And while one is going to work for somebody, another one's going to work for somebody else, there's some that are going to keep searching and searching and buy all kinds of different ones. And that's what you want. You want people who will buy and buy and buy from you. So that's how you have to approach it and come up with a new angle. And then there's no such thing as a saturated market. So when you understand those 5 criteria of what you need to write your ebook, you'll be ready to get started. The next thing is making the time to write your ebook. And you also want to look at, once you start writing it, making sure that you stick with a topic. So that's why you want to be really sure before you start that you have something unique and that you're excited about it, because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to want to change topics. And sometimes people use this as a ploy. It keeps them from just getting started because they're afraid to write an ebook, and other times there are legitimate reasons. So if you want to learn more about how to get started and when to change topics and when not to change topics, and how to find the time to write and all that, then I want you to go to ebookWritingSecrets.com. So good luck getting started, and I hope you'll take the plunge because the rewards are well worth it.